Alright guys, we're back with the daily cup of coffee with Cody. Today we're going to break down the New England Patriots. And we're already taking drinks of coffee, trying to get woke up here. One thing I want to suggest you guys doing with New England Patriots are probably the most, let's get this lamp off for you guys, a little better lighting. New England Patriots is probably the most in-depth playbook, in my opinion, in the game. Houston maybe a little bit more formations, but Patriots you can do so much with it. There's so many breakdowns on New England. I decided I'm going to throw my 2 cents on it and how I'm going to run it. And if you're going to run it with New England, you can run it a little differently. But I would suggest running this offense with the Green Bay Packers. But we're going to just show you with New England's depth chart, and I'm actually going to go out and show you a Green Bay Packers depth chart for it as well. Now, this is what I've been doing from it, and there's so many different audible setups you can do, depending on what you want to do. But I would put, as my three rushing text, I'd put the deuce swing halfback counter in, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. And then everything else really is from a shotgun set. Now, I saw a video earlier by the Madden lab talking about the split offset mesh play, and I agree with everything he's saying. Now, you could put that in there. I'm not personally going to do it because I don't normally do it, but you could put that in there, so because of how good split offset is this year. Now, since we're running with the Patriots, we're going to be coming out in bunch, and then I'll show you the Packers setup after that, because I think it's crucial to show you guys this Packers roster setup that we're going to be doing. Okay, now as far as the sets that we're going to run from, if I remember right, this normal wing had something in it that was really good. The switch fork, yeah, the switch fork. I think it's up there with Giant Slot Trail. I don't know. It's in New York, so you can actually get Giant Slot Trail and this play as well. If you watch Twim, you know what I'm talking about. This week in Madden, from Gibbs and Falls. A wide trips week. I know there was a play. Oh no, it wasn't wide. It was the shotgun ace. That's what it was. Everyone knows about shotgun ace by this point, but it's still very effective, guys, no matter how many people know about it. Pats will drag. You can keep it in there. And actually, we're going to put the bunch formation in our audibles, and we're going to come out in 5 wide every play. This is just because I love the New England 5 wide plays. You don't need to put PA post in there, so you can put like bunch trail. You can put curl flat in there. You can put hook in there, slip screen. You can do whatever you want. I personally just put the trail play or the curl flat, but I usually go to PA post. Now under snugs, you could do, or actually it's called ace tight slots in New England's book, and you can do PA tight end wheels. I actually do that a lot. PA X cloud I think is the default pass, or the play action pass. Personally, corner and goes is very good. Pats will drag is really good. You can kind of alternate between the two of them. I'm going to actually go with corner goes just because I love these triangle and circle routes. So you can kind of do whatever you want with that. But now let's get into the depth chart here, guys. So we're back with the depth chart here, and of course we got Brady. Since we're coming out in 5 wide, we don't need a halfback. We're going to run from the 5 wide receiver package out of 5 wide receivers. So here's how we're going to do this. I got to remember I wrote it down how I was going to do it, but I'm going to try and do it without writing it down. I remember the 5th receiver is the running back. So we want Jay Deasy in there, Jeff Demps. Actually, with New England, you could just come out and just sub them in. But for the Green, we'll just do that. We're going to sub them in for New England because you can have a running back. You can have a running back there, and it's more of a base set. But we're going to be coming out in this empty ace Patriot every time. You want Gronk. I think you wanted Gronk here because he goes to like a fullback slot. Hernandez here. Welker on this side of the field, of course. Oh, no, wait. We want Lloyd here. We want Jay Deasy here. And we want Lloyd at this other receiver. Guys, all the defense is coming. As soon as I get my second controller back, we will get back into defense. Defense is my forte, actually. Alright, so let's see if we got this right. No, we did not. So you're going to have to come out in 5 wide receiver package. Alright. So I'm going to pull up that little note sheet I had real quick and kind of glance over that. I know what it... Let's just look at this here real quick. Okay. 5 hours. We're gonna have to shoot. We're gonna have to go out of that. Dang it. We're gonna have to go out and come back in, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about this. I know. Just bear with me here. Sometimes I make mistakes, and this is one of those times. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk about this. This is an offense that I would recommend running with the Green Bay Packers because we come out in 5 wide every play, and let me get back to my game plan. I have it in a game plan folder here. Let's see, where's the Cowboys? Should have the Packers depth chart. And guys, if you want, I can put these depth charts on the maybe like on the channel, do a video breakdown of every depth chart in the game. But for right now, I'm just gonna let you guys decide on that. Like I said, we need to have the Cowboys in every video we do since we're Cowboys fans, in my opinion. It's just how things go. We're actually just gonna. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do this. Let's talk about this 5 wide a little bit while we're kind of in transition mode here. As far as this 5 wide goes, it's very easy to read. The problem is when people, number one, you can't run the ball from it, so there's no halfback draw opportunity. And number two, the problem is you're not gonna have anybody blocking, so it's easier to get pressure. So that's kind of some stuff that you need to watch out for. Now, my phone makes an appearance in every video, guys. So there it is, making its presence felt. Now here's what happened. Okay, here's what it was, guys. The depth chart is okay. I got my depth chart now. I got my bearing. Let's get on the other side of the ball, and let's flip sides here. For you, real quick, then we'll get to this depth chart breakdown. I'm gonna show you my snap throw from the ebook. Not ebook, but the guide I just released from Slant Hook. Just because I want it to make an appearance. And anyways, roster update. Patriots might be the best team in the game this year. I don't know. Personally, there's like 7 to 8 teams I think are tournament team material, and then you have the rest. So that's kind of nice. I like diversity. Now let's get into this depth chart breakdown for the New England Patriots, or any team you want to run this 5 wide scheme with. Now we said Greg James, which is going to be our best route runner. We want him at the #1 receiver. And then we said our best user catch option, which is going to be Rob Gronkowski. We want him at the #2 receiver. We said that our boy James Jones, so that's going to be New England's version of Aaron Hernandez, going right there. And then we had Nelson, which is going to be Brandon Lloyd. He's going to go right there. And then we're going to have our boy... everybody's our boy, by the way. Jay Deasy there. That's your running back. And we'll show that to you with the Packers as well. That's how you want to set up your 5 wide. Let's get those audibles put back in there. We try to remember exactly the way we did the audibles. And guys, there's a lot of different things you can do with your audibles because the New England Patriots book is so versatile. Here's the audibles I would recommend you have to have in every audible set. Z-Boy, I think, I hope I don't steal everything you told him, but you did give out probably the most effective Pat scheme I've seen. Halfback counter, of course, we're going to run that. I would say Pat's tight end attack from gun ace. And then we had gun bunch. Pat's bunch trail. We're just going to leave wheel drag in there, and then I wanted to do switch fork. We could do Pat's slot trail too. So you could run some auto motion stuff from here. I mean, there's so much you can do with this playbook. We're going to break you down a scheme, more or less, for the playbook. Probably the best way to run the scheme from it, and how to use everything effectively against everything. So that's why I chose the audibles I chose. Once you go into MDA's Patriot, you want to go to the package 5 wide receivers. So you move your R stick left or right to go to your packages, and you want to get to the 5 wide receivers, and you see Jeff Demps. We get him right here, and we saw earlier he goes to running back. That's exactly what we want. And with the our base play here is going to be this tight end shake, by the way. If you watch a video on, I think Madden, I put a video out on this. We're just going to break it down a little bit more in depth. I know he's spent a lot of time breaking it down, how to do stuff. If you see this look versus this look, I think I found a little better way to run it. Maybe, I don't know, just a couple of little extra things you can add on to it. Now, if I see something like this, this is my main hot route, so to speak. I'm going to drag Welker, and I'm going to zig Lloyd. I'm going to motion Lloyd inside to create a bunch look. Now, my first read on this play is going to be Welker and Gronkowski, a high-low read between these two guys right here. Then, once I see that they're covered, I'm coming back across the formation to Lloyd and Demps. One of these two guys breaking over here. Hernandez is going to clear out the field, which you could also do. You see how this corner's back? You could put Hernandez on a curl, and he's going to be your check down guy. Okay, so let's see what we got. Now we get the corner. Get the corner out. Now, also, guys, ways you know the corner route's going to be open or if it's not going to be open. So luckily we get the same look here. The corner route's going to be open is once he breaks, if he has a clear throw. If it's not a clear throw, I would not throw it. I wouldn't try to throw stuff into traffic, honestly. I'd try to get them wide open. And if it's not there, I'd go on and move on with my progression. So you see here, now he's in zone, and a lot of times that's going to be wide open. A nice little catch there from Wes Welker. Let's go back to the show here. Now, same setup, guys. Let's talk about the right side of the field. Now, you see, if there's no cornerback back, you can leave him here on this little route. So, we motion Lloyd over. You got to let him set or he'll block, I'm pretty sure. So, you read left side of the field's taken away. Then you come right back. You got Lloyd there. Now, that's those reads. Let's talk one more. Let's talk real quick about the other two reads. Say everything is covered somehow, and a lot of times it won't be. If Lloyd's covered and Demps is covered here, then Lloyd's covered here. Say this guy covers him, you got Demps wide open. If Demps is not wide open, then you look to Hernandez. One of those five guys is getting open, guys. Guarantee it, unless they are in some crazy coverage D. Now you see these cornerbacks back. Basically, our read here now is we're going to streak Gronk. Since we have a safety over top, we're going to drag Hernandez underneath. And basically, your read is you're going to look to Welker. Then you're going to make a quick read over to Lloyd. Then you're going to make a read to Hernandez. Then you're going to go to Gronkowski, and then maybe JDZ late. And all this is going to happen in about 3 seconds. So you really have to be quick with your reads on this in this scheme. Let's get you guys a little bit more of a little adjustment here. Try to get you guys a little bit better quality. I know I need to get this HD stuff squared away. So hopefully we'll get that done within the next month. Alright, so what we're looking for most times is he's going to be wide open. If he's not open, this guy's probably going to be open unless they do like a purple and a purple. If that happens, you should have Hernandez open, which is why we drag him. Also, you want to motion snap Gronk, half a step inside to give him this inside positioning here. You could also fade Gronk for timing purposes and motion him 2 steps inside. Actually, we'll do that for this example. In case it's man coverage, he's going to beat his man. Okay, so you want to motion 2 steps inside. And you see we get the Welker route. And it's like a little quick 8 yards. So let's take a look at instant replay for you guys here. Okay. Now, if you see this, see how they drop back? Instantly you know you can throw to Welker. Okay? So you take that. Now, say the corner didn't keep going back. Say he came up, crashed. That's when you come to this side of the field. Say the corner came up, crashed there. Then you're reading, if the corner takes away, like, you know how we said he's going to come up, and he comes up, like for cover 1. It would be a cover 1, guys. Then what's going to happen is then your next read is going to be this drag coming across. If it's a man coverage, it's probably going to be locked down. Then you're going to progress up, and about that time, Gronk's going to be right in here, wide open against man coverage. If they're using this, you have your last read, which is Demps on this little shake route. He's going to come right in here and beat his man. So that's the theory behind that. I know I'm doing a lot of drawing up on the little replay screen, but I do think that it's still a very effective way to teach you guys what I'm thinking. You could actually zig Lloyd and not motion him. You could fake. Lloyd's really an option on this play. Whenever the corners are pressing, you can even 10 and out. Say they're a man. You could drag. I wouldn't drag because then you'd have 2 drags, and it kind of defeat the purpose of Lloyd, in my opinion. You could zig. You could leave him there, zig. You could motion snap, fade. So just depending on where the safeties are. If the safeties are deep, I would motion snap, fade. If they're pressed up like this, then you just want to zig him, bring him over like this. And also, guys, if you want to go to the, well, we'll talk about it a little later. We're at 15 minutes on this one play. So now you see this, and you see that heavy separation we got on the corner out. Another great throw by Tom Brady. I feel like Tom Brady's a little underrated in this game. I think he needs to be a little better. So same kind of principle. What we're going to be doing here. Now you see the corners are now deep, so that means that we're going to be putting Hernandez on a curl route, and that means we're going to be putting Lloyd on a motion snap fade. 2 steps is when we snap it. Now we read to the right, or make a left side of the field read, and you have that. And you just take that. Should have actually showed. Okay, now that they're back, I'm going to show you the progression here. This is kind of the hot routes here. So we look to the left, we look to the right, we look to the left, come back to the right, and we have our drag. Well, let's talk about what we see in this play. We actually did have a lot more guys open than we threw it. We just threw it after the reads progressed. We could teach a little bit off of it. Corners are back. You see how he stops here, stays back. We've got this throw instantly. We also have this one over to the right side of the field, and we also have this drag underneath, which is read 1, read 2, read 3, read 4, read 5, and you see all will open up in this play. So that's kind of how we run that play. If they're kind of back, cornerbacks are off the line of scrimmage, not pressing up basically. And we said motion snap Gronk on a fade for timing purposes. 2 steps in the inside. You have that, no, and then you had Gronk. So as soon as we were throwing it, we got hit. We actually had some other guys open on that play, but I wanted to again show you guys these reads. So I'm going to try to get Gronk working right there. There it is. And it's very smooth play. Probably the smoothest base play in my opinion. My 5 wide is pretty smooth this year. I don't really prefer it. I prefer running the ball, and I prefer West Coast passing, which is why I love the Far Twins. So you see there, now he's covered. Now you have Demps, and for some reason Welker's getting in the way there. Another thing you can do, guys, say they're pressed up like this, you could zig Welker. Watch this. See how he gets that inside position, is going to kind of post in there. And with catching traffic, guys, he's going to be able to post up that route. Especially on PlayStation 3, that route's unbumpable unless they're in a flat. So see how he kind of makes this defender look silly there? That's kind of something you can mix in. A lot of things you can do from this 5 wide. I could spend probably an hour talking about 5 wide. I'm actually considering running this scheme with the Packers. I'm definitely going to run my far tight team, or my West Coast scheme with the Pats whenever I run with them, because I have a running back. But the Green Bay Packers best kind of set to get all their best players on the field is going to be the 5 wide. All right, guys, let's talk about the quick audibles really quick. Not really liking all the quicks, honestly. I love dual slants, however, against zone coverage. Now, that means we just need to use the right side of the field to beat man coverage. So we're going to put a motion snap fade out there, of course. We're going to put a zig route and a drag pattern. Motion snap Lloyd after 2 steps. And you see Lloyd's going to beat, or Jeff Demps is going to beat his man 9 times out of 10. Let's go over this deep pass really quick. What I would personally do, since you have stock fade routes on the outside, they will never be pressed. I would just run it as is and then make hot routes off of it, like maybe drag Gronk. You have to motion snap a Floyd 2 steps. So you're going to motion snap Floyd 2 steps. He's your first read on this. See, and then there it is. And there's a motion snap fade pass. Now, say they're back like this. In this example, we're going to try to snap throw to Welker. I love to throw picks, guys. I try to work picks in every video I do. If the cornerback comes up, I wouldn't throw it. So it comes up like there, and that means you can kind of hit Demps against anything. So there's that. Let's talk about it one more time. Let's talk about the drag route to Gronk. That'd be your first read, and then when Demps comes across, it's kind of like a high-low read, and then streaks off that, so it kind of works as your reads really quick. And what I would do is I would actually motion snap Gronk in this example here to give him a little speed burst. Not there, but you got Jay Deasy, 98 acceleration, man. The guy is a Madden gem for sure. So that's how we run that play. Now let's talk about the play action pass audible. This is something I've actually been implementing into my scheme now. What I would personally do is I would drag Lloyd, and you have a, let me see if I can motion Demps to the right. Cannot do that. So you have kind of a flood concept to the left side of the field versus zone, and then Welker's going to beat man, Hernandez is going to beat man. First reads on this play is going to be Welker on the snap throw zig that I showed earlier. Then we're going to come to these drag concepts, and then we're going to check back over here. You can actually put Hernandez on a curl for timing purposes. Personally, though, I can make my reads fast enough, I'll put him on a zig route. So you motion Lloyd over like you're running that zig route from the earlier. Now he's running a drag pattern, and now it's just a very smooth flood concept. You got a high-low read between him and the post drag route. This post drag route by Demps and a streak. Streak's going to take the deep blues out, and then the drag is going to take away probably the yellows and the flats, and then that's going to leave JDZ wide open against zone. Lloyd's going to beat man a lot, and he actually is going to get underneath Moses' zones. So we see again here they're in zone, and there's your little, I like to throw picks. Shouldn't have thrown that. But again, your first read, however, is going to be Welker. Thought there was somebody at the door. The first read is going to be Welker, so watch this, guys. Right there. That's your first read. You see the cornerback kind of look silly a little bit early on. Let's show you real quick without motion. A lot of times you're going to get this. A lot of times you're going to be able to complete that. Not lob it, but you want to bullet it, pass lead to the inside, and a lot of times you're going to get a nice catch. I wouldn't throw it there. If he kind of comes up like that, I wouldn't throw it. Or if he gets pressed immediately, I wouldn't throw it. Then you just progress. But when they kind of sit back like that, then you throw it. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get easy completion. So here we go one more time. Just a very smooth play. Very smooth reads out of this 5 wide. Let's talk about the run audible down. This is the quick screen. What I would recommend doing with the right side of the field, left side is beating man. This is going to beat a lot of zone. So it's the same reads. I would say your first read is still Welker, and then you check back over here. Since it's a screen, we can't motion snap. And you actually might want to drag Gronk. Watch this, actually. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, slide protect to your right. Fade Lloyd. Watch Gronk. I like to get sacked as well. Here, one more time. First read's going to be Welker, but for the example, we just showed you a lot of zigs. So for the sample play here, we're going to drag Gronk. You want to pass lead down, and sometimes you're getting behind. A lot of zones. This is a good zone beating concept. Just kind of like a makeshift drag play. I wish we could do it with Jeff Demps. Maybe we can motion. Can we get Jeff Demps over? No. Okay, I didn't want him over there anyways. So like watch, here's a zone, and throw it a little earlier. I want him to get out of this stupid goal line defense. I don't know why the game makes you have to lab against goal line. I don't really need to lab against it. You just streak everybody on the field and lob pass it. But anyways, so here it is, and there's Gronk, and you get some blockers, and against zone, it's going to be very good. We're going to show it one more time. It's just something to mix in with this 5 wide to kind of make it a full scheme out of this 5 wide, so you can kind of, so they don't know exactly what you're running, but you see there, you get some blocks, and if they hold it, you can get down the field very easily. Let's see, we've gone over this, we've gone over this. So there's the 5 wide. We're actually going to stop the video here, and we're going to come back with part 2. We're probably going to maybe spend 25 minutes on every formation. That's how in-depth this playbook is. So we're actually going to end on one more of our base play, and we're just going to, do one more play for you guys, and then we're going to get out of here. So we see the breakdown here. And your last read there is the Lloyd. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and we'll come back with part 2 in about 5 minutes.